story. Moving on, viewers, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday predicted a certain defeat for the ruling alliance of the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, the Congress and the RJD in the state. He said the BJP has entered the electoral fray with the guarantee of security, stability and prosperity of Jharkhand. In fact, he also stated that the JMM, the Congress, the RJD have taken the policy of appeasement to its extreme. These three parties, he said, are hell-bent on breaking the social fabric as they are supporters of infiltrators. Let's listen in first to what the Prime Minister said.
JMM, कांग्रेस, आरजेडी ने तुष्टीकरण की नीति को चरम पर पहुंचा दिया है। ये तीनों दल सामाजिक ताना-बाना तोड़ने पर आमाद है। ये तीनों दल घुसपैठिया समर्थक है। बांग्लादेशी घुसपैठियों के वोट पाने के लिए ये इन घुसपैठियों को पूरे झारखंड में बसा रहे हैं। जब स्कूलों में सरस्वती वंदना तक पर रोक लगने लगे तो पता चलता है कि खतरा कितना बड़ा है। जब तीज त्योहारों में पत्थरबाजी होने लगे, माता दुर्गा को भी रोक दिया जाए। जब कर्फ्यू लगने लगे तो पता चलता है कि स्थिति कितनी खतरनाक है। जब बेटियों के साथ शादी के नाम पर छल कपट होने लगे तो पता चलता है कि पानी सिर के ऊपर से गुजरने लगा है। जब घुसपैठ का मामला कोर्ट में जाए और प्रशासन इससे इनकार करे तो पता चलता है कि सरकारी तंत्र में ही घुसपैठ हो चुकी है। ये आपकी रोटी भी छीन रहे हैं, ये आपकी बेटी भी छीन रहे हैं और ये आपकी माटी को भी हड़प कर रहे हैं।
Let's in fact also listen into what Amit Shah has said on the matter while unveiling the BJP Sankalp Patra.
झारखंड हाई कोर्ट कहती है कि झारखंड के अंदर एक घुसपैठियों को रोकना चाहिए। हमारी बेटियों को लुभाकर हमारी भूमि ले जा रहे हैं, हमारी रोजगारी ले जा रहे हैं। बेटी, रोटी, भूमि, इसका रक्षा करने के लिए
There's breaking news that's coming in after disparaging remarks against Sita Soren and Shaina NC. Prime Minister Modi tears into Indie bloc. Prime Minister Modi says what they have done with our sister Sita Soren. We all have seen it. The thing a leader of Congress has said for Sita Soren, we all have seen it. The Prime Minister questions the Indie silence and says it's disrespectful to all tribal mothers and sisters. In Maharashtra, also a sister who's contesting the elections, and here he's talking about Shaina NC. What kind of language was used for her? Remember, a few days ago, she had been called imported mal, but the Chief Minister hasn't spoken a word over it, the Prime Minister says. He also says in terms of Jharkhand, this is the truth of the JMM. Let's listen into what the Prime Minister said. Remember, viewers, this is coming after BJP leader Sita Soren broke down while speaking about the derogatory remarks made by Congress Minister Irfan Ansari regarding her. She's contesting the Jharkhand Assembly polls and he was filing his nomination and he targeted her. Let's listen to Prime Minister's reaction.
सीता सोरेन के साथ इन्होंने क्या किया, ये भी हम सभी ने देखा है। कांग्रेस के एक नेता ने बहन सीता सोरेन जी के लिए जो कुछ कहा है, वो हर आदिवासी माता, बहन, बेटी का अपमान है। अभी महाराष्ट्र में भी एक बहन चुनाव लड़ रही है, कैसी गंदी भाषा का प्रयोग किया गया उनके लिए, ये इनकी आदत है। और आप देखिए, यहां के जो मुख्यमंत्री हैं, उनकी तरफ से एक शब्द तक नहीं निकला। और यही जेएमएम की सच्चाई है।
Viewers, let's also go across to Shaina NC, BJP candidate, Shiv Sena candidate, fighting in Maharashtra, and how the Prime Minister Shaina NC supported all women and the insult that had been done also on you, where he said that even in Maharashtra, a sister who's contesting the elections, what kind of language was used for her? The Prime Minister takes on the Indie bloc in their silence. Shaina NC, this is clearly an insult, whether it's in Jharkhand or whether it's in Maharashtra. The terminology being used by the Indie leaders is pathetic, derogatory, shocking.
Well, at the outset, I'd like to thank our statesman, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, because not only is he a great charismatic leader, he has understood how women in public life suffer and the kind of terminology that the opposition chooses to use, whether it's objectifying women, calling them items, calling them mal, and this kind of language only shows you a regressive mindset. This is not about me, but I'd like to thank the Prime Minister for understanding that a lot of women would want to have these perverts of our society who believe that women are mal, women are objects, women are, commodities. They need to be also shown their place. And the Honorable Prime Minister has taken on that cause and has spoken about it, so for which I think every woman of India is indebted. This is absolutely not about me. It's about the women in public space and crores of women per se who are subject to this kind of commentary. And that's why I'd like to say two things. One is that you can have a Prime Minister who chooses not to address or respect women. And the other is you have a Prime Minister like Prime Minister Modi who respects women not just by comments and thoughts as he did at the Lal Killa on August 15th, but even through welfare schemes that empower us and give us dignity, empowerment, etc. And that's why registering this FIR was so necessary, because on the one hand, you had Mr. Arvind Sawant say that he's apologizing, but Sanjay Raut saying just the opposite. I want to ask, where are all those India Alliance leaders? Where are all the women leaders who have chosen to stay mum on this? Is this a non-issue? Because for them, it may be a convenient issue to suit them. But as far as our Prime Minister is concerned, it's an important core issue to ensure women's dignity is always maintained no matter where they are.
Absolutely. And this is the same kind of diatribe, Shaina NC, that we're also seeing in Jharkhand, where the Prime Minister tore into the Indie bloc, and Prime Minister Modi said what they have done with our sister Sita Soren is also something we have all seen. So this is very clear, Shaina NC, that when Arvind Sawant makes such comments, or someone is making the comments in the Indie bloc, this is something they forget. It is certain respect of whether it's tribal women or whether it's women anywhere. Like you said, Mahila hu mal nahi. This is something that needs to be remembered and ingrained in their minds.
Very true. And when we say ki Mahila hu mal nahi, this is not just a tagline which is meant for one section of society, it's for all women. And trust me, our Prime Minister taking notice of it and understanding that we women want to be respected for what we are, who we are, and the work we do, and not for how we look and who says what, is a great, great comment. And it can only be expected from the Prime Minister. And I'd also like to acknowledge that the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde ji, when he impacted lives through Ladki
Sure.
Behna Yojana. It is another statement of only respect. So you have the Prime Minister and Eknath Shinde that have worked collaboratively to ensure women's dignity, whilst the opposition has chosen to do just the opposite.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shaina NC, for being with us. This is a story we'll continue following. We was also moving on to the other top focus and the other top story. Samajwadi Party MLA Rai Sheikh has now urged the